Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with sunshiny faces. Oh, this is the way we start our new day. I'm excited. What up with you? How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be here in the building with y'all today. And I appreciate it. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. Really, y'all could have. But I'm happy that you're here. Now, some of y'all are wondering, what in the world is this I've stumbled into? This is See You in the Morning. It is my horrible idea to get up every morning and give y'all way too much of my personal business. Just way too much. Just to discuss stuff that I probably shouldn't even be discussing, things that shouldn't even be talked about. But I get up and I talk about it. I put my business out there in the streets. Don't even be afraid of it. It's business, streets. This is where they meet. Not a lot about this show. I mean, millions of things can happen. Anything can happen. It can go a myriad of different ways. I try to keep it under control, but it's a show that I do in my underwear. I mean, I'm sitting around in my drawers right now. What do you expect of a man who doesn't have a problem with being all in the webs in his underpants? I'm on the internet in my underpants. The overnet in underpants. So y'all got to expect some kind of foolishness. Now, this is your first time hearing this. You're about to experience something so cold. If you've watched this show before and you decided found it not robbery to come back and watch again, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I definitely appreciate that. Now, nothing about this show is regular or consistent except for the fact that I speak to the people that speak to me in the morning. I do that. I want y'all to do me a favor right now, though. If you're watching and you're on your mobile device or whatever, hit y'all share button. Share it. Share the show. I don't ask y'all for a fee. I don't charge y'all for this show. I give y'all this show every week, every day or every week for absolutely free. I'll make you subscribe. Nothing. I'll just be like, watch the show. Do me a favor and share the show. Let somebody else get involved in it. If you're watching on YouTube, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to put more stuff on there. I guess asking somebody to share was too much because somebody just left. One of the viewers just was like, I'm not doing it. See, I knew there was a catch. So they pulled off. Or maybe it was the fact that I'm in my underwear. Either way, we good. So we got people here, man. Let me go ahead and speak to the people that spoke to me. The first three people, of course, get the mythical medals, the M&Ms. So good morning to the bronze winner, Betty Burnett, BB in the building. Betty Burnett. The silver medal winner is going to be Eva Tay Hollins. And the gold goes to TT, Tiny and Tasty, Crystal Pennell. Tiny, Tasty, Crystal. Eva Tay with the silver and Betty with the bronze because that's all B's. Bronze, Betty Burnett. Also, here's my man Snoop, the Pride of North Carolina, Courtney Weston and Murphy. Ida Seaborn is in the building. Wilberta's also here this morning. Patricia Pippin, good morning. Delisa, good morning. Marche is in the building. Healing through me, healing through you. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning to you. Lisa Baseball Bishop is in the building. And then the rest of y'all just didn't speak this morning. Rude. The rest of y'all are just rude this morning. So I'm excited because this morning, man, we have gotten a lot of things accomplished today. I'm going to try to slide into this. I know the women don't like when we do a whole lot of sports talk, so I'll just be very quick. Good morning, Sharon. Probably the biggest event in America on the West Coast. The World Cup is by far the largest sporting event in the world. Don't get yourself fooled into thinking that any sport we got over here in America top soccer. Soccer is the number one sport in the entire world. So the World Cup is the biggest event, no matter how you slice it. People die over the World Cup. Good morning, Miss Ophelia. People die over the World Cup. Ain't nobody dying over a last-second field goal. But people will die over our own goal. Your countrymen will kill you. You make a mistake in football, man, people talk about you for a while. They might send you some death threats, but they ain't going to literally kill you. They will kill you over soccer. So the World Cup is the biggest sporting event in the country, in the world. Now, I don't know if it's number 2 or not. I need to look up the facts. But the Super Bowl is a huge event, especially in America. We're starting to get there on a worldwide level. We're starting to get there. The World Cup's is number 1. The Olympics are number 2. Then the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is the 3rd largest sporting event in the world. And I got to give credit to the Super Bowl because it's the only one of those events that does not involve the entire world. So FIFA, you got the entire world watching, the Olympics, the entire world, and the Super Bowl 3rd. And the Super Bowl is the only one that's regular. The only one that's on its fiber. The only one that's giving us its fiber. The rest of them every 4 years. So it's big. Super Bowl is big. Then after that is Wimbledon, the Tour de France, the Cricket World Cup, the Rugby World Cup, then Formula One Grand Prix. Rounds out the top 10. We finally now know who's going to be in the Super Bowl this year. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, as you know, I'm a Broncos fan. And every year, the same thing happens. We have 31 teams that are able to make it to the Super Bowl every year. Now, there's 32 teams in the NFL. We all know the Cowboys aren't going to make it. So you take them out off the top. The other 31 teams are all fighting for a place in the Super Bowl. We all know Cowboys, just no way. So the other 31 teams have to work it out. They got to figure out who's going to make it. Now, because of the interwebs and all these other things, we now have everybody who comes up with all kinds of conspiracies. Now we've decided the NFL is rigged. And they already have a script and they know who's going to win the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. They always act like they know everybody. They know everything. People were saying they knew what the Super Bowl was going to be. The NFL, they let it out. They let out that fact that who's going to make the Super Bowl. They did. If you look at the colors of the Super Bowl logo, they've already told you who's going to make the Super Bowl because it's rigged. You just got to look and see. That's what people say. This is Super Bowl 58. This year is Super Bowl number 58. 5 to the is 8. And people were saying they already knew. We know who's going to make the Super Bowl. Look at the colors in the Super Bowl thing. Couldn't be they just picked a good color scheme. They couldn't be that they just picked colors that they liked. They were like, they're telling us who's going to be in the Super Bowl. So if you look at the Super Bowl colors, it's purple and red. The NFL already let the script out. It's going to be the purple of the Ravens and the red of the 49ers. Not all this Las Vegas in the background. It's just the purple and red mean I can't even blame IT on that one. That was all me. My fault, people. They were like, this is all purple and red. It's the 49ers. It's crazy. It's all scripted. All right. Okay. Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem I got with that. Do you realize in order for the NFL to be rigged, there's 32 teams. On each of those 32 teams, there's 53 active players. That's 53 players per game that are active players. You got 60 on the roster if you start counting the practice squad. 52 teams with 60 people on each team. And what you want me to believe is that all 3,000 of them people is all working together to not tell that the NFL is scripted. You mean to tell me that out of all 3,000 of those people every year, nobody has come up and said, hey, no, man, this ain't even real. You trying to tell me the guy that gets cut, the guy that's worked his way all the way to the thing gets cut, the black guy that got cut and ain't make it, he ain't come out and be like, hey, man, none of this is real. Man, y'all done lost y'all mind. Y'all done lost y'all mind. It's too much to football. It's too much to any of these sports. Too many. Listen, you know how hard it is for black people to keep a surprise birthday party quiet? They fail hundreds of times. And then but 3 of y'all involved in the planning. You, your Aunt Margaret, and one other person. And she gonna go tell somebody she ain't supposed to tell. There's absolutely no way. These guys are out there dating professional strippers. And they ain't told their stripper, no, ain't none of this real. For the stripper to go back and tell the world, y'all done lost it. Y'all done lost it. It ain't no way. Ain't no way. Y'all say what y'all want to say. Ain't no way for it to be rigged. And here's what's so funny to me about it. If the NFL was rigged, Vegas is going to, and you know how much money they would have got paid to tell on the NFL? Man, crazy. Anybody who's ever played the game already knows there's no way you can script a football game. If you've ever played football, you know there's no way for you to script it. People got so silly now, they talking about high school football is scripted. Ain't no way. If you've ever been around a high school football player, you already know this kid ain't bright enough to follow no script. High school football players can't remember to take the trash out at their house. You think he gonna remember the whole script for the whole season? No. Makes no sense. Now, the thing about football that I think we all enjoy, especially on the professional level, it happens a lot on the college level too, is there are amazing storylines that come out of it. The Detroit Lions last night refusing to make it to the Super Bowl. It's an amazing storyline. As I watched that game and I watched their coach refuse to kick field goals when they were there, I said, man, this is amazing. This guy really doesn't want his team to make it. I am what they call a professional hater. I don't even like the 49ers. I found myself last night rooting for the 49ers simply because a friend of mine is a Lions fan. He's an obnoxious Lions fan. It makes no sense to be an obnoxious Lions fan. They've never won anything. But I decided last night I was going to be a 49er fan. And as I watched that game, I watched it unravel. You can't script pathetic play like that. That coach intentionally was like, I'm not. How many points you get for a field goal? None, right? No, you get 3 points. Nah, I don't want them. Let's go for it. Crazy out here. The city of Detroit, I feel sorry for Detroit. I do. Now we get Lamar Jackson out in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. And you say what you want to say about the Baltimore Ravens. I told y'all we're not going to talk sports long because the women get upset. We gotta watch. You gotta watch football. There's no way to throw. Listen, it can't be a script. You can't script throw the ball deep, miss the interception, let it bounce off your head, then let somebody else catch it. You can't script that. You can't even practice it. It's impossible. Then we get a Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar as a person. Great person. Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal athlete. It is not a racist statement to say the way that you beat the Baltimore Ravens is by turning Lamar Jackson into a quarterback. You can't know. You can't do it. Lamar Jackson, in order to beat the Ravens, make Lamar Jackson throw the football. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs did. They felt like he can't throw the ball consistently. Now, if it's a guy wide open doing a dug in the middle of the field, he'll definitely hit that. But they made him throw passes, and it didn't work out. Zay Flowers, it just didn't. Make Lamar pass the football. There was multiple plays in that game where Lamar had to hit a receiver that was covered. The receiver is covered. He doesn't throw the ball well deep into windows, as people like to say. He's not a drop it in the bucket quarterback. But anytime he's on the field, he's the most dangerous athlete on the field. The man has running away from bullet speed. Doesn't want to be touched. Lamar Jackson's speed and agility is different. He would have never been a slave. He's out of there. If Lamar would have ran from the slavery, he'd be like, hey, Harriet, I'm out. Dogs, move. Can't get me. Crackers, overseer, duck thunder. He's great. He's an amazing athlete. He's the most dangerous player. As long as he's on the field, every play, he's a threat to score the football. Running the ball. Throwing the ball, yeah. And they set it up for him. They were like, this is his year. He's going to be the MVP. This is his year. This is the best team he's ever had around him. And I knew Zay Flowers was going to mess up. If you know the psychology of that team is a brash team. They like to talk trash. They like to act. They're really undisciplined. That team is the LSU women of the NFL Football League. And they ran into the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hey, guys, any lady will tell you. You know what happens when you run into a cop? Yeah. And that's what happened to the Ravens. Look at those two teams. Look at LSU. The LSU Tigers, brash, bolden. Those girls talk trash. They wear bat wings on their eyes. I don't know if y'all watched the game. I watched it. It was a fantastic game. One of the greatest games of the season. They wear the bat wings on their eyes. The girl came out there full blush. They all about their fashion, their clothing, they rap stuff. They talk trash. Their coach had on a full bedazzled jacket with Coca-Cola up there. She had it. And Dawn Staley just came out in a plain Jane. It was a Chanel. And they made sweatsuits. She came out there in a sweatsuit. Tennis shoes. And they just played good ball. She don't usually allow her girls to talk trash and all that stuff. They just play solid ball. And you saw the lack of discipline hurt LSU. Their best player fouls out the game. Same thing with the Ravens. The Ravens about hype. They want to talk trash. If you watch that game, they didn't even want to tackle the first half. They weren't trying to tackle the players from the Chiefs. They figured if we just hit them hard, they'll quit. They didn't quit. They just kept hitting them hard. The Chiefs said, we're just going to play solid football. They want to be brash and brazen. Odell Beckham Jr. was on the side of a milk carton for 3.5 quarters of that football game. He caught a 3-yard pass on 4th down, and he got up as if he'd been dominant the whole game. He got up and broke into a full Broadway dance routine because he caught a 3-yard slant. Caught a 3-yard slant. You gotta be like, I told y'all, I'm here. This is my house. You got a 3-yard slant. Not even gonna lie to you. I could probably catch 1 3-yard slant in the NFL. As soon as I got hit, I put in my retirement papers. Odell, he gave you nothing. So I knew Zay Flowers. I knew the fumble was coming because Zay Flowers had to do too much. Zay Flowers caught a pass and got a terrible, terrible lack of composure penalty. Anybody can tell you that's a bad penalty. That's a bad penalty in high school. In high school, you make that move, you come sit next to the coach. You come stand by me, son. Stand by me. Stand by me. When you make that play and get a flag, my Zay, just know that you're standing by me. That's exactly what happened. You spiked the ball at the man's head? Yeah, come on, man. So because he made that mistake, he was going to try extra hard to score a touchdown. And I got to score a touchdown in a way that's going to make me look good. Now watch me Yule into the end zone. Watch me Yule. Ha! Fumble! So now we're going to have the 49ers all red. All red Super Bowl, 49ers versus Chiefs. Should be a good game. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, versus probably the greatest quarterback to come in the NFL of all time. You can say what you want to say about Patrick Mahomes. Boy, been in the league for 6 years. He been to the Super Bowl 4 times. The Detroit Lions been in the Super Bowl 47,000 years, ain't never made it. This boy been in the league 6 years. 4 of his 6 years, he been to the Super Bowl. And I ain't gonna lie to you, name me somebody that played for the Chiefs. He took a garbage team. This Chiefs team is garbage. Oh, the pieces around him, garbage. That man wins games. The wide receivers over there, garbage. Kadarius Toney is so bad. They told Kadarius Toney he was hurt, so he couldn't play. Kadarius Toney's like, I'm in the best shape of my life. They're like, nah, cuz you're injured. You won't be out here on this field. You won't lose this game for us. Andy Reid, while I love Andy Reid as a coach, I hate what he did to Harry Potter in the beginning of that movie. Y'all can't tell me that Andy Reid and Harry Potter's uncle ain't the same person. Some of y'all have never seen Harry Potter. But Andy Reid is Harry Potter's uncle in that movie. These are just facts, people. You can say what you want to. His name might be Vernon Dursley or something. That is definitely Harry Potter's. That is definitely Andy Reid. I'm going to give y'all the visual proof because people don't believe me when I say stuff. Andy Reid has a second career as an actor, and he was in Harry Potter. He played Harry Potter's uncle. Some of y'all may not want to admit it, but that's who he is. Now I can't even get it to come up on my screen. I'm going to have to do some fancy footwork here. I got to get the IT department in here to help y'all out and see it. Y'all can't tell me that ain't Andy Reid. That's Andy Reid. Also, Harry Potter's uncle. That is Andy Reid. I don't care what nobody say. That's Andy Reid. Look at that man and tell me that ain't Andy Reid. That is Andy Reid. He's also Harry Potter's uncle. It's Andy Reid, ladies and gentlemen. It's Andy Reid. It's my guy, though. My guy, Big Andy. Let me see you do it again with those nuggets. It's Andy Reid. So, because the Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl, now people are upset. Let me tell y'all something. there's two right now in this world. There are two women who run the music scene. There are two women who are larger than life images in the music scene. One on the vanilla side, one on the barbecue side. Beyonce is the barbecue Barbie. Beyonce is an international, world-renowned phenomenon. Everybody loves her. She is the new Cher for the gays. The gays love Beyonce. I know the song said girls love Beyonce, which is true, but the gays hold her in such a high esteem. Cher used to be their goddess, but now it's Beyonce. She is everything to them. I think one of the clear tests, ladies, to see if your man is on the down low is to ask him if he would go to a Beyonce concert on the low. If he would go by himself, he may be a believer. Beyonce is that for barbecue people, everything that she does. And for the Mayo, it's Taylor Swift. What we fail to realize sometimes is that there's a lot more Mayo people in the world than barbecue. The Mayo to barbecue ratio is way off. Now, the cinnamon people, that's what I call my people from the south of the border, the cinnamons. The cinnamons are starting to come in. They're starting to add that spice. They're spicy. The cinnamons are getting themselves together. There's more and more cinnamon people out there. Mustard people. There's more mustard people than it is barbecue. Mayo people, high in number. Mustard people, lots of them. Cinnamon people, catching up. But overall, us in the barbecue community are usually the minority. Taylor Swift, all of her numbers outnumber Beyonce. We act like Beyonce is the gold standard in all things musical. Taylor Swift's numbers dwarf her every time. You can battle it out and see who's the greatest, but Taylor is Michael Jordan and Beyonce is LeBron. That's just the facts. So when she's at a game, she is automatically probably the most famous person at that game every time, without question. So yes, the camera is gonna pan to her. Her man is out there. Her man is on the field. Travis Kelce is probably one of the top 3 to 4 best players on the field at any time. And one of the most famous women in the world is who he's boinking. He's hunching one of the most famous people in the world. Yes, they're going to pan the camera to her. Stop crying because they show Taylor Swift. They're going to show Taylor Swift. I'm more upset that they show Jerry Jones so much during Cowboy games. Jerry Jones is not attractive. Jerry Jones is a 97-year-old bag of bones. They always showing you Jerry Jones. Tired of seeing Jerry. Y'all get mad. If Lamar Jackson was dating Beyonce, trust me, that camera will be on Beyonce every time. Then they say, the other black players, they don't be putting their wives in parents, because their wives ain't even sitting in the booth. The other black players ain't even buying a booth for their wife. You want your wife to get more camera time? Buy her a suite. Y'all don't even get your wives a suite. All the other black players' wives sitting up at the top of the stadium cold. The camera can't even find them. Then you got to make sure your wife and your side chick ain't sitting close to each other. It's too much. Y'all tell me the other black players who got their wives in the booth. I'll wait. Taylor Swift, if you look at it, Taylor Swift Taylor Swift is in Patrick Mahomes' wife's suite. That ain't even Travis Kelce's suite. She's a guest. Girl, come on over here in our suite. We got a whole suite. And y'all gonna get mad. Simone Biles, somebody like, well, Simone Biles be at the game. First of all, Simone Biles, I don't care what y'all say. Y'all just trying to pitch. Y'all trying to make a point. Simone Biles is not as famous as Taylor Swift. She's a gold medalist. I know 2 gold medalists personally. I know 2 gold medalists personally. And both of them walk to Walmart. They walk the street. Nobody know who they are. They got their gold medals. If you're not following the sport, you don't know it. Tasha Colander won. Well, she's not Tasha Colander anymore. She's been married. But she walks the street. When she walks the street, everybody don't know, oh my gosh, you're a gold medalist. If you're not wearing your gold medal, nobody know. LaShawn Merritt, you see LaShawn, you don't know that he's a gold medalist. That's not something that you just keep in your mind. Gold medalist. They're not household names. They're amazing athletes. They're fantastic athletes. Not household names. Everybody's not a household name. Portsmouth's own Dorian Finney-Smith is an amazing basketball player. He plays right now currently for the Brooklyn Nets. Not everybody knows who he is. When he walks the street, if you don't watch basketball, he's not a transcendent basketball player. I know who he is because I followed the young man his whole career. People who really, really watch basketball knows who he is. But a 65-year-old white lady named Frances has no idea who she is. Because she don't watch basketball. When she sees him, he's just a tall threat. Everybody knows who Taylor Swift is. Get over it. Get over it. They only show her when her man does something. Her man did something. She's cheering for her man. She's supposed to. Maybe y'all get a man and cheer for your man and then do it. See if they do that. That's what you need to do. Worry about your relationship. You mad at that lady? Yes, I'm glad they showing Taylor. I'm telling y'all right now, I put it on my post yesterday. If I marry Mary J. Blige and I have a comedy show, y'all better pan the camera to Mary J. every time you get a chance. She better be sitting there with her boots up in the air, and the sales of her boots better go through the roof because we winning this thing together. Y'all ain't mad when the pastor comes to the church and the first thing he does is give honor to the first lady. She ain't fitting to preach. Shut up. We don't care about her. She ain't about to preach. But no, y'all want to make sure she gets attention and she's recognized. So we recognizing the first lady. First lady ain't even a biblical standard. Y'all just made it up. Now we got to give her a gift every time something happens. I don't know that lady. I don't know her. I'm tired of that. I'm not. Y'all give my first lady a round of applause. No, what's she doing? Why? I got to give her applause because she threw her in a circle? Because she threw it in a circle for a real pastor? I got to go and clap for her? No. Clap for me? No. Get nothing. She won't with me shooting in the gym. She won't with you reading them scriptures. Now, she get up on the stage and she do something that's different. She get on the stage and she read the scripture something that's different. Weekend in review, then the word of the day, then I'm out of here. I don't even really have nothing to do. I got to give a big shout out to my, I don't even want to put them out there like that, but a good friend of mine texted me this morning, man. Really, really weird. Really appreciated it, though. A friend of mine texted me this morning. He was like, hey, man, listen, I got you on my mind. I'm praying for you today. So he was like, just rest. And so he's a pastor. So after I get finished doing this, I'm taking a nap because if I don't, I'd be sinning. If I went out and did anything today, it would be a sin because the pastor told me don't do it. So I'm not going to do nothing today. But weekend in review, I'm telling y'all now, we're planning a funeral for my aunt. I have an aunt, 102 years old. She passed away. We're planning her funeral. What was planned is done. We got her. She's out of here. She's out of here. We're having her funeral on Wednesday. We're hitting her up, getting her out of here. We got her out of here like she's Jewish. We ain't got time. She's been here 102 years. Got to ship her on out of here. She got places to go, people to see. A whole bunch of people that haven't she ain't seen in a long time. So we getting her on out of here. I went to a funeral. over the weekend. And I'm going to tell y'all where it goes wrong, especially in the barbecue community. I had myself and a friend of mine both went to funerals. I went to a barbecue funeral. He went to a Mayo funeral. Both of them started at 1 o'clock. He was out of his funeral at 1:26. 1:26, he was done. I'm talking about out. He had shook hands, walked out of the church. They had the burial and everything. Done. I got out of my funeral 2:58. And I'm going to tell you why funerals go wrong. The reflections. We have got to stop. I'm not allowing reflections at mine. If you want to reflect, send in an email or something. But we're not opening it up. We are selecting whoever's putting me away. Whoever's putting me away at that time, y'all keep the reflections. Y'all choose the people. Those are the best. When you just open it up to random people, nothing for it to do. One of the brothers came in. He was a little bit under the influence, you know. And he got up and he spoke. My uncle. I love my uncle. My uncle wouldn't let me come to his house. My uncle wouldn't let me come to his house because he said I drank too much, you know. I drinks. And so my uncle said I can't come in the house. But I still go over there anyway, you know. But he wouldn't let me in, though. He would just talk to me at the fence because I drank too much. But I ain't give a damn. I was like, oh, we in the church. He started cutting me like, my fault. But y'all know what it is. And plus, I'm a drinker. I'm not going to stop drinking. And everybody looked at him. He said, well, what's better? Huh? What's worse? Drinking or lying? And then people trying to figure it out. Like, we really had to have a discussion inside your head because it was too much. And then he was just going left. Out of nowhere came his brother. Out of nowhere. I didn't know it was his brother. I just seen a guy flash up to the front of the church and grab the microphone. And in my thought processes, I said, this is going to be great. This is somebody with some sense that's going to start talking and tell them, hey, have a seat, sit down. Because the pastor had been lost control. Been lost control. The brother gets up and he gets on the reflection. He said, that's my brother. I said, oh, they drank together before this 1 o'clock funeral. Cool. Day drinkers. That's what I like. Day drinkers. Get it started. Start your morning with a Mickey's. Colt 45 is good at any time. Brother grabs the microphone and says, hey, that's my brother. You know, we brothers. You know, and he be having stuff on his heart, but he can't say it right like I can. And I said, oh, well, this is the brother that gets deep when he drinks. And these are the words that he came out and said. He came out and he said, my brother don't speak the way that I do. And I just like to say, never know and never been Seminu. So I started looking for the cameras because I knew we had to be getting punked. I said, did this man just say, and then I set him on. I was like, look at this brother speaking in tongues. It was clearly unknown. It was unknown. So that was a funeral. Then Saturday, Sunday, I didn't really have a whole lot of excitement. It wasn't a whole lot of excitement for me. The funeral was a highlight. And then I just kind of chilled out this weekend. So not a whole lot this weekend. But I definitely had to point out that when I leave here, Terry, when you start playing on the key, I'm going to have Terry on the organ. Because we're going to need at least one light-skinned representative at my funeral. I don't want it to go all dark, you know. I don't want it to be all dark. That's it. I just found out that I'm speaking at my aunt's funeral. And it's so crazy because people just tell me this kind of stuff. You just tell me, well, Terry, you already know there's only one undefeated basketball team in the ACC. Duke doesn't stand a chance against Carolina. My aunt just told me all of a sudden, they just told me out of the blue, I'm on the reflections. And so it's probably going to go left when I get up there. I'm at a weird point in my life now. Like, people look forward to me speaking at funerals. I don't know when I became the funeral whisperer, but now people look forward to me speaking at funerals. I go to funerals. I'm just trying to sit in the funeral and just try to, funeralize and get a canned ham or something. And people will come up to me, "You speaking, ain't you?" I'll be like, "No, who? No." But this one I am. We went to the funeral home because you can give funeral homes now pictures. So they do slideshows and all that stuff. So we went to go drop the pictures off, and me and my aunt are sitting there. My aunt said, "Oh yeah, you on the program," and speaking for the family. And I was like, "Well, ain't nobody to tell you how y'all know I planned on going." Maybe. Terry, you know good and well I don't support Roger Browns in that kind of way, and I would dog you in a game of one-on-one. I'm just telling you now, Terry. I'm dogging you in a game of not one-on-one. I'm not even gonna take it easy on you. I just feel like everything we got depends on that. If I let a light-skinned person beat me in a game of basketball, I feel like I let my entire race down. So I'm gonna have to dog you. I'm gonna have to dog you, Terry. Nothing personal. Still love you as a friend, a great, great brother. But no. But that was it. That's all I had. So y'all keep us in prayer, because now people are all finding out my aunt passed, and they starting to call and bring chicken. And we just ain't like giving them an address to bring the chicken to. So they just buying chicken and just having it. And my other aunt, she's deep in mourning. She wants some livers and gizzards from Feather and Fin. And I went to Feather and Fin, and I don't know if y'all have been to Feather and Fin. They've gone all digital. Some places don't need to go digital. Feather and Fin ain't a place that I feel like should be digital. It just shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It's all digital in there now. I gotta use a card to get my 2-piece snack. I don't want to use my card for $2.64. But you know what? Thus is the way of the world. The way of the world. Let me give y'all word of the day and let y'all out of here. Today's word of the day is emote. Emote. To emote is to express emotion in a very dramatic or obvious way. He stood on the stage emoting and gesturing wildly. Emote. To emote is to express emotion in a very dramatic or obvious way. Emote can also be a body of water that you put around your web page. An emote. 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 To me, we was there the same day. Miss Reddick, we both went Saturday. I went Saturday, you went Saturday. Maybe I went Friday. Who knows? But it does seem out of place. Emote. 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 Hopefully everybody has a fantastic day. Y'all know what our motto is about Mondays, man. We let Monday, we go ahead and beat Monday into submission. And when Monday goes down, the rest of the week knows that it doesn't stand a chance. So if we have a magnificent, a marvelous Monday, we already know we're ahead of the game. First day of the week, we go ahead and we take it by force, man. And we do what we got to do with the first day of the week. So I want everybody to have an amazing Monday, an immaculate Monday, a miraculous Monday, a miracle Monday. Make Monday be so good that it feels like it's dating Taylor Swift. If you get a chance, man, if you're in the DC area, if you know somebody in the Washington, DC area, please tell them to come out and check me out. It's the first stop on the Broken Crayons tour. It's the DC Comedy Loft in DC. It's my debut there. That show starts at 7 o'clock. Anthony Oakes is the host. Who I feature that day. It's going to be one Bernard T. Hines. It's going to be a great time in DC. Want everybody to come out. One of the things about comedy is not about whether you're funny or not, because internationally, nationally, all over the world, I've been recognized as somebody who's funny. But the key is, will people pay to come see you? I see guys all the time talk about how they're the best comedian ever. They do all this amazing stuff, but don't nobody come to their shows. That's what the key is. Do people come to your shows? Can you put butts in seats, especially when you're not in your own hometown? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going out to DC, and we got to put butts in the seats. So if you know somebody that knows somebody, or if you want to drive up, make it a trip. Make it a weekend. Come up there, the DC Comedy Loft, right there in downtown DC. That is going to be the 3rd of March. I'm pushing these tickets, trying to get everybody out there. So if you know somebody, tell somebody to come out. Share the show. Let people know about the show so they'll tune in tomorrow. Even if they watch on the repeat, man, listen, it's a good meal, even if you get on the repeat. Now, currently, I'm on the injured reserve. I'm just now getting the taste back in my mouth, and it's not COVID related, but I made some chili, put it in the microwave too long. I didn't see any steam coming up off the top of the chili, so I didn't think the chili was hot, but it was undercover hot. It was undercover hot, and I put that chili in my mouth, and what I did was I took a big spoonful, a heaping spoonful, put it in my mouth, in there. It won't at the tip, so I could spit it out real quick. It was in there. The roof of my mouth was on fire. The roof of my mouth was on fire. It's like having horrible sex with a prostitute. It just burned. And so right now, man, we're just getting the 3rd-degree burns out of the roof of my mouth. But other than that, man, it's going to be a great time. I'm having a great time. Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in again tomorrow, man. We're going to have another fantastic time. But hey, y'all man, make everybody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. I'm out, man. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again.